Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the light heavyweight bout between Jung versus William Knight. And this is one, it's definitely be an interesting prediction because it's kind of hard to lean out of the way. You can look at Jung. I think he's a cleaner striker. He'll have that height, he'll have that length, size in a way, at least overall. And so yeah, it's kind of interesting to lean. Really, right now, logically, the easiest logic to make would be to lean to Jung and the fact that he has that height, he has that reach, he has that power, he's a clean striker. And William Knight doesn't move his head the best, shorter, deficient. If Jung could even at least defend the takedowns, probably 60% or 70%, or just a little decent average, nothing phenomenal, not shut down all the takedowns, and maybe get back to his feet. This is a fight he should win and should be able to line up William Knight, who's not like the hardest target to hit. And be able to tag him and land some clean shots and probably put him away in the first and second round. But that's not my prediction. But what I see right now is I see William Knight the more well-rounded fighter. Yes, he's shorter. Yes, he has kind of some questionable head defense and questionable game plan and then questionable technique and questionable a lot of things. Like, he's still a lot of X factors. But one thing he has done, he has been successful. He only has one loss and has fought like some real decent underrated people as far as where he's coming out from, coming off a good win. And he's showing the more around the skill set. So I'm going to lean to William Knight in this one. Even though it's kind of like really logic, kind of leaning me to Jung. What's logic both ways, but I think William Knight can get it to the ground. I think Jung does have some deficiencies in his grappling. In this area where he doesn't really like to go too much and he favors striking. He's a striker. But I see William Knight is the more well-rounded fighter. And he does have that unusual strength. And he does have unorthodox ways to get it to the ground. And he makes you fight his fight most times. Like literally, like pretty much every single fight he has outside of the Tafon and Chukwi fight, he has gotten people to fight his fight. It's odd, and we don't really know the science to it just yet. But he's still a fighter where I need more tape on him. I need him to fight more higher caliber fighters and see how far he can go before you really understand what he's doing, or really look deep enough to see what he's doing, or watch him enough to see what he's doing at a higher level. And when people start to find ways around it, but he gets people to fight his fight. He gets people off their game, and like I said, his technique might be awkward, but his technique behind it. And then, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff you got to measure about him, but I definitely think he's the more rounded fighter. And I think him mixing up is not going to throw off Jung's timing. And we saw even against Sam Alvey, Jung was so thrown off just by the countering game of Sam Alvey. And Sam Alvey, let me not discredit Sam. Sam Alvey was a solid fighter, but that just showed that Jung is not as good as we thought he is. No disrespect, I know how good Sam Alvey is, but if Jung is supposed to be this guy who really wants to come in and make statements in this division, you should not be struggling with Sam Alvey. And you can say the same about another fighter that had a close fight with Sam Alvey. But yeah, but it is what it is. But how I see this one is I think William Knight's gonna make it a frustrating fight, land leg kicks, heavy leg kicks, take away that power off of Jung straight, be able to get up underneath him and try to scoop him up. Just force him to work and force him to give him give him different things to worry about, which was like tear up the leg, which take off power, get his timing thrown off because you got to worry about the wrestling, worry about the grappling, worry about the clinch, and then I think eventually start to be able to drag him down, wear on him. I don't think he finishes him in this one, but I do think he beats him to a very frustrating decision, just draining and awkward, chewing up the late leg and going for takedowns, going for clinch, and really just taking away his power and grinding him to a decision. Not looking for a decision. He definitely want to look for the finish, but I think Jung's able to survive. Maybe get hit with some heavy ground and pain, maybe get buzzed at times, but not get finished in this one. So in this one, I had William Knight via decision.